And you are looking live at Charlie Rawlings Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Elizabethtown High School, where it's boys 17th District basketball action and a rivalry game to boot as the Central Hardin Bruins visit to take on the Elizabethtown Panthers. Hello everyone, along with you O'Brien, this is Lee Bramlett. Hardin County Educational and Community Television welcomes you to continuing coverage of high school sports. District games count towards seeding in the district tournament, and on top of that, it's E-Town and Central Hardin. The border war continues.
Yeah, we always look forward to this one, Lee. Always a hotly contested battle when the two very local and very close in proximity schools get together for a matchup.
Elizabethtown, the home team on the scoreboard, come in with a record of 1 win and 1 loss for Coach James Hare, now in his 18th season. The Panthers opened with a win over Taylor County a week ago here at Charlie Rawlings Gymnasium, then went on the road to Bowling Green, played a competitive game against the Purples, led in that game into the fourth quarter. Bowling Green got on a hot run late and pulled away to an 8-point victory, 66-58.
Yeah, Elizabethtown goes to Bowling Green and represents pretty well. They're right there in the ball game, like say Lee, inside the last 4 minutes, pretty even. Bowling Green pulls off pretty good efforts out there on the road.
The Central Hardin Bruins, the visitors on this team, are on the scoreboard tonight. They come in with a 2-1 record for Coach J.C. Wright now in his 11th season as head of the Bruins. Come in with some momentum. Got the season opening win over Nelson County, lost the game, close one against West Chesterman, and then roared back. A late 3-point basket lifts them to a 64-62 win over Grayson County.
You got to think that's a big momentum builder for Central Hardin. Coach Wright going to try to build on that. They win in the last 15 seconds of the ball game on a 3-pointer on the road at Grayson County. Pretty tough place to play. So he's looking to build on that here tonight.
This is the 36th meeting between these two teams, starting back to the 97-98 season. In the previous 35, Elizabethtown has had the better of these meetings, winning 26, losing 9. The Bruins have won 2 straight and 6 of the last 7. And since 97-98, some numbers to chew on. Elizabethtown 12-4 here at Charlie Rawlings against Central Hardin.
Yeah, it's always tough to come in here to Charlie Rawlings Memorial Gymnasium and try to leave with a victory, Lee. Hey, they defend this home court. Like, they value this home court. Hey, the crowd gets behind them. It's your home gym. You're used to playing in here every day. Definitely an advantage for E-Town.
But Central Hardin, of course, knows first of 2 meetings, but still come in, keep the momentum going, and get a big win on their court if they can do that tonight. But some things, talking about keys to this ball game, they're going to have to find a way to slow down Elizabethtown's post game. Zane Nashdawi and Dominique Harding.
Definitely, they're going to have to defend the inside. A couple guys are going to have to play really tough in there and work hard on the boards. You know, the seeding, Lee, you mentioned that, and it's an early season game, early district game for both. And the second game, they've weighted it to weigh a little bit more. So the second matchup at Central Hardin will weigh more and will break any ties. But the kicker there is, if you don't get off to a pretty decent start, you're not in the conversation to try to be there at the top and get one of those top 2 seeds.
Another key for this ball game tonight, going to have to find out Javon Cotton. He has stepped up in a big way for the Panthers this year. What kind of game does he have, and what does Central do to try to slow him down?
They've got to stay in front of him. He's a very aggressive player. He will attack. If they allow him to beat a one-on-one defender off the dribble, he's going to get an advantage because then it will be 5-on-4, and it opens things up for his big guys down inside. Thanks
to the sponsors making possible coverage of this ball game: Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, E-Town Exterminating, Bluegrass Cellular, ETownApartments.com, by Mark Harris Construction, and by West Point Bank. As we mentioned, this will be the 36th meeting since the 97-98 season. Going back to last year were victories by Elizabethtown as they won 55-46 in the game against Central Hardin, or at Central Hardin, then came back to Charlie Rawlings, winning 71-61. So they're looking for their 3rd straight. Central Hardin looking to continue the role they've had as of late, winning 2 of their last 3, including that big road win against Grayson County. Both teams have gone back to the bench. We're just about set for pregame ceremonies to take place here this evening. Big crowd, fairly packed gym. I'd say about 3/4 full at this point.
Yep. Still rolling in the door. So always brings out a good crowd when it's E-Town Central Hardin.
And right now, let's turn over the pregame ceremonies to the public address announcer here at Elizabethtown High School, Mr. Kevin Strader.
Good evening and welcome to all state champions at Elizabethtown High School and Charlie Rawlings Memorial Gymnasium for boys high school basketball action. Tonight's 17th district game features the Central Hardin High School Bruins and your Elizabethtown Panthers. At this time, please stand and remove your hats as we honor America with presentation of our national anthem. The anthem will be presented by EHS junior Henry Nichols.
Senior, number 21, Cody Elmore. At forward, 6-foot senior, number 35, Alex Crowder. And at center, 6-foot 2-inch senior, number 40, Tyler McCullough. The Bruins are coached by assistant coaches Matt Nickel, Chan Walsh, and head coach J.C. Wright. Now, Panther Nation, on your feet. Let's reach out of the Panthers. At guard, 5'11" junior, number 2, Nick McDonald. At guard, 6'1" junior, number 3, Javon Cotton. At forward, 6'3" sophomore, number 4, Zach Patterson. At forward, 6'5" junior, number 23, Dominique Hardy. And at center, 6'6" sophomore, number 30, Zane Najdari. The Panthers are coached by assistant coaches Alex Todd, Dave Hedgesmith, and head coach James Ayers. The officials for tonight's game, Mr. Brent Rogers, Mr. Lynn Spalding, and Mr. Ryan Walker.
Starting lineups are out of the way, and we're just about set to bring you the district matchup between the Central Hardin Bruins, just coming onto your screen right now, and the Elizabethtown Panthers, just off screen to the right, getting last-minute instructions from Coach James Hare. Elizabethtown 1-1 on the season with a win over Taylor County in their season opener, then the loss to Bowling Green. The Bruins 2-1, wins over Nelson County and Grayson County, the loss to West Jessamine. As Harding and Crowder in the center jump circle, and we're underway, and Central will get the ball to start the game. Kerr will bring it up, facing man-to-man defense, going to the left side. Trying to find Squires on the cut, gets inside, has the shot blocked away by Najdawi, and Central will get it back.
He's open on the initial cut, but Najdawi does a nice job to help side defense, being able to step over and see the guy that's open for Central Hardin. He does a great job defensively.
On the cut to the inside, though, it is Crowder going to the backside and putting it up and in.
Tries to help again. Crowder beats him to the back of it.
Elizabethtown with the basketball. Here is Cotton getting the ball to McDonald on the drive. Kicks it over. Now on the drive, Cotton has a shot partially blocked. McCullough comes up with the basketball. Central brings it the other way. Here's Crowder with a little runner off the side. No good. Harding collects the rebound. McDonald will push it up the floor for Elizabethtown. Drives, off balance, pushes up the shot. Does not get the roll. Scramble for the basketball. Still being brought down, and McCullough tracks it down for Central Hardin. Kerr with the basketball. Will get it to Squires. Squires down in the corner. A three-pointer on the way. No good by Crowder. Ball knocked away as Cotton will bring it up the floor for Elizabethtown. We played about a minute and a half. Central with a 2-0 advantage.
Both of them man-to-man defensively in the half court.
Having some audio difficulties there. We'll try and catch up with you in just a moment as the shot is on the way. Good by Nejdawi. Levels the game at 2, 6:19 to go here in the first quarter. Kerr with the basketball being chased by McDonald. Out front, Crowder takes it. Crowder, as Squires goes to the floor, out of bounds. The Elizabethtown will get it.
He threw the ball where Troy was going to end up, but Troy gets tripped up coming through the lane there, never does make it to that spot.
And we have an injury. Or actually, no,
I think he might have just tied his shoes. He looks fine.
So McDonald bring the ball up the floor. Here is Cotton, going to square up. Three-pointer on the way, back of the rim. Fight for the rebound. And it's Central Hardin coming away with it. Elmore got that rebound. Here is Elmore, lost the handle. It'll be Elizabethtown basketball to bring the length of the floor. Harding with the basketball. Had the ball knocked away, and Kerr comes up with it.
Kerr with a good help side. He reads the eyes of the passer right there and jumps in that lane.
5.5 minutes under that mark to go here. First quarter, level score at 2. Squires pulls up, three-pointer doesn't go. Cotton with a rebound for Elizabethtown. Panthers bring it up the floor. Cotton across the time stripe. McDonald to Nejdawi. And we get a call against Elizabethtown.
Moving pitch, Zach Patterson right there. Threw a little bit of a hip out.
Panthers number 4, Zach Patterson.
Patterson with his first foul. Actually, it will be the first foul against either team in this ball game. 5 minutes to go here in the first. Kerr. McCullough just able to pull that one in, and so E-Town will get it back.
Pass a little bit wide, another time hard.
Well, I'm hoping they're hearing your side of this conversation. If there's any technical difficulties, we do apologize. As E-Town with the basketball. Harding. McDonald looking for Harding. Pass is picked off by Crowder. Crowder quickly pushing the other way. Nice give and go to McCullough. Puts it up and in.
Hardin right there. Good defense. They picked off a couple passes by being aware and having their head up.
Out front. McDonald with the basketball. He'll just go coast to coast. Can't get the shot to fall, but does draw the foul.
Central playing the passing lanes real well, Lee, but a couple of times they haven't stayed in front of the ball. You got to stay in front of that guy. You can't let him beat you off the dribble.
Squires picks up the foul. That'll be his first, team first against Central Hardin. E-Town having some trouble getting in, finally does. Cotton takes the basketball, drives around Squires, pushes up the shot, high off the glass, no good. Nejdawi goes up and a foul on McCullough. That'll be the team's second inbounds, the Elizabethtown. Nick McDonald to inbound the basketball for Elizabethtown. 4:10 remaining here in the first quarter. Lobs it in, batted around. Finally, Harding gets it ahead. Three-pointer to Cotton, doesn't go. Fights for the rebound. Finally, McCullough comes away with it. They've got Squires on the outlet. Elizabethtown does a good job getting back. Pushes it up. Basket good, and the foul.
Good job by Squires to attack the basket.
Squires gets into the scoring column. Makes it a 6-2 ball game with 3:57 remaining.
Panther foul number 3, Javon Cotton, his first, team second.
Foul is going to be on Cotton, which will be his first, the team's second.
Number 20, Jacob Barnes.
So now Squires going to the line. Free throw is short, and the rebound comes down to Nejdawi. McDonald holds it out at long range as we move under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Central jumping out to the early advantage. Nejdawi looking on the drive against McCullough. Spins in the lane, puts up a shot. Can't get it to go. Harding on the putback, too strong. Tipped up, no good. Another rebound for E-Town. We get a jump ball and the alternating possession going to Central Hardin.
Right there that E-Town doesn't score. 3 looks right there inside the 2-foot circle.
Again, apologize if there's any technical difficulties here this evening. We are efforting to get those resolved here. On the alternating possession, it comes back to Elizabethtown. Patterson inbounds to Nejdawi. We get a whistle and a foul on TJ Gordon just into the lineup for Central Hardin, number 23. That'll be his first. That'll be the team third. Inbounds Elizabethtown. Here is Patterson, back to Nejdawi. McDonald lost the handle on it. Squires right there to pick it up. He goes coast to coast, lays it in.
Very careless mistake by McDonald right there. Coach there definitely not happy with that.
And a 30-second timeout going to be taken by Elizabethtown with 3:08 remaining in the first quarter. As a 6-0 run by the Bruins. And James Hare's team down at 6 early, and right now Central has taken the fight to this Elizabethtown team. Also on the other side, E-Town just having trouble knocking down some shots.
E-Town definitely getting the ball where they want it, Lee. They're getting it down in the post. They had 3 attempts down there real close to the basket last time. Nejdawi and Harding, you can definitely see the size advantage. Patterson's actually bigger than most of the Central players in height. You know, they need to keep going into there. You'll get that paid off if you'll keep throwing it down in the post.
3:08 remaining in the quarter. Again, apologize for any audio difficulties we may be having here this evening. McDonald with the basketball as we move to 3 minutes to go here in the quarter. Tries to drive on Kerr, goes up, and they'll get McDonald with a charge.
Said he used the off arm there, Lee. Said he pushed off.
Under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half, or first quarter. We get a substitution in for Elizabethtown.
He replaces Hardin.
Into the lineup for the Panthers. We'll pick that up in just a moment as the jumper is on the way. No good by Central. Rebound tracked down by Cotton.
Barnes needs to follow his shot right there. Came right back with the shot his front.
Tristan Johnson into the ball game. We get a whistle and a foul on Central Hardin. And very quickly, TJ Gordon has picked up 2 fouls coming off the bench. So Elizabethtown with Patterson, Cotton, McDonald, Nejdawi, Tristan Johnson. A 3-pointer on the way is good. McDonald cuts it down to a 3-point ball game. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter.
Like Patterson with the reach in on the far side.
Patterson will pick up his second foul, so now you've got Patterson with 2. Also, you've got McCullough with 2. Or check that, Gordon with 2 for Central Hardin. Substitution into the ball game for Elizabethtown. We'll pick that up in just a moment as they go on the inbounds. Kerr with the basketball for Central Hardin. Now Crowder with it. Crowder driving, ball knocked away, makes his own rescue, but not in time, says the official, so it'll come back to Elizabethtown.
Number 25 just in for Elizabethtown's Guy Williams. They also bring Ryan Harris, number 14, in at that dead ball.
So Elizabethtown going a little deeper into the bench at this point. 2:13 left to go here in the first quarter. Score at the bottom of your screen. Central raced out to an 8-2 edge. Cotton being guarded by Squires. Now holds it out at long range. And finally we get a whistle away from the ball. Actually, they'll get the foul on Squires, much to the chagrin of the Central Hardin bench behind us. That'll be his second foul. Very quickly, J.C. Wright going to his bench to get Cody Elmore to replace Squires. Harding will come in for Nash Dowley as we're under a minute 50, making a minute 56 to go here in the quarter.
Early for Squires to have 2 fouls.
Inbounds, Elizabethtown, Harding with it. Harding. Here's the drive, the basket, no good. We get a whistle of a foul on Central Hardin.
Big lane opened up right there. Central doesn't do a very good job defensively, Lee. He gets all the way to the basket before he gets contested. Tyler
McCullough will pick up the foul, so that is his second. You've got Squires with 2, McCullough with 2, Gordon back on the bench with 2.
And E-Town shooting the bonus the rest of the half.
So at the line, it will be McDonald. Up and no good. Actually, it is Cotton with the free throw attempt. Another attempt upcoming here. Cotton, the 6'1 junior, steps to the line. Had 17, I believe, in the game against Bowling Green. Second free throw in the air and good. Makes it an 8-6 ball game. Central Hardin has carried the fight to Elizabethtown early on in this ball game.
McDonald back in for E-Town, also Jackson Gillott, number 11.
Bruins, number 20, Jacob Barnes.
Jacob Barnes into the ball game for Central Hardin.
Coach Harrod now has gone 9 deep on his bench here in the first quarter.
Under 2 minutes remaining as full court pressure, and Elizabethtown picks up the basketball. McDonald with it. Out front, here's a three-point attempt on the way, no good. Rebound, fought for, picked up by Central Hardin, and we'll get a bump on Elizabethtown. Tristan Johnson will pick up the foul. That'll be his first.
Fella's got a big hold on Hardy's jersey on that last rebound play. He pulled it out away from his body, but obviously none of the 3 officials saw it. There's no whistle.
Under a minute and a half remaining in the quarter. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Elizabethtown.
Nice defensive recovery by McDonald there.
Down to a minute 20 left to go here in the quarter. Inbounds. McCullough goes up, gets the roll.
Twice Harden shot a layup off the inbound play. E-Town's got to do a better job defensively of protecting on that in-lane.
McCullough with 4 points in the ball game. 10-6 is the score. Central with the advantage. Gilluck with it. Now kicks it to Harris. Nice give and go, McDonald, but closing in late was Elmore to knock it away.
Elmore looked like could have got a piece of the hand, but obviously knocks the ball out of bounds.
McDonald with it, 1 minute remaining.
He just bobbled a couple passes just to give the ball away. Twice. McDonald out here at half court turning into a Squires layup, and there again.
And we get a foul at the other end. This one will be against the Elizabethtown, and that will be McDonald. He picks up his second.
We've got 12 fouls between the two teams playing a little more than 7 minutes.
McDonald and Patterson have 2 for Elizabethtown. Squires, McCullough, and Gordon have 2 for Central Hardin. As we're at 51 seconds remaining in the quarter, both teams will be shooting free throws the rest of the way here in the first half. Elmore inbounds. Jumper on the way by Barnes. Doesn't go. Harding collects the rebound. And now Harris trying to push the issue up the floor. Cotton with it. Right side. Brings it back out front. We get a whistle and a foul on the interior. And that is the case. So Coach J.C. Wright preparing to go to his bench to bring in Matt Whitehouse, number 34, a 6'4 junior. Whitehouse had a solid performance in that game against Grayson County. Had 15 points in the game against the Cougars. Harding can't convert the free throw. Rebound comes down to Elmore. Central Hardin in the front court. Headed down to 30 seconds of the quarter. Three-point attempt on the way by Kerr is no good. Elmore goes and gets the rebound, but went over the back to do it.
That's a tough call on him. Looks like he reached right over the top.
That'll be the team 8th, and we'll head to the other end to shoot free throws with 27.1 remaining.
Get the feeling, Lee, we're going to see a lot of free throws between now and halftime.
So at the line, it'll be Harris with one in the bonus with 27.1 remaining. First attempt on the way is good. Draws Elizabethtown to within 3 at 10-7. Second free throw is good. And so Elizabethtown to within 2 now, 10-8. 23 seconds remaining in the quarter. With some full court pressure. Into the front court with it. Kerr being chased by Harris. E-Town man-to-man defense. Barnes. Whitehouse. Elmore. Harding guarding him. Bounce pass down low. Ball gets away from Whitehouse. Goes to the floor. Out of bounds. And it will go to Central Hardin.
They got what they wanted right there. They got the switch and got Whitehouse down inside against the guard. Pass not on target.
Again, apologize for audio difficulties. Now the consultation is over and they reverse and go to Elizabethtown. Again, apologize for some audio difficulties. Three-pointer at the buzzer. The iron unkind as it goes in the front and kicks out. So quarter number 1 is in the books here at Charlie Rawlings Gymnasium. Central Hardin with a 10-8 lead over Elizabethtown, thanks to the sponsors making possible coverage of the ball game. Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, E-Town Exterminating, Bluegrass Cellular, ETownApartments.com, by Mark Harris Construction, and by West Point Bank. Central Hardin carried the fight to Elizabethtown really in that first quarter. Actually was up at one point 8-2. Elizabethtown has not been able to convert shots, but still only down 2 here as we head to the second frame.
E-Town did a great job to get it back to a 2-point ball game right there, Lee, at the end of the quarter. But again, they missed a bunch of shots down inside. They actually had an opportunity to get it a little bit closer. If they can continue to put it in the post and drive it toward the basket, they should be okay going forward. Offensively, the pace for them should pick up.
Again, so as we get ready to take on the second quarter here.
Seems like maybe we've kind of got hooked up where we hear each other a little bit better now, so hopefully that'll help the two of us.
All right, what'd you say? I'm sorry? No, we apologize for that, but we've heard to be back on track here. Again, first quarter, again, Central came out, took the fight. And then Central, much better here in the later stages for Elizabethtown, but also has had some trouble connecting finding the basket.
Well, E-Town is not getting anything to go in the basket when they have those second, third opportunities down inside. The other thing they had a couple passes they just did not handle, took their eye off the ball, and it led to a couple runouts and easy scores for Central Hardin. Central
basketball to begin the second quarter here at Charlie Rawlings Gymnasium. Along with Hugh O'Brien, this is Lee Bramlett. Early district matchup here in what appears to be another competitive district race.
Looking like foul trouble may be the theme of the ball game, Lee. There's one on Najdawi down inside defending the post. Both teams up into the bonus in the first quarter. So they shot free throws last couple minutes of the first quarter. They're going to shoot them all the way into the half.
So now Central Hardin will head to the line, where it'll be Whitehouse shooting. Free throw on the way is good. Whitehouse gets into the scoring column. He'll have another attempt upcoming. 7:41 to go here in the first half. Central extends the lead to 11-8. Cannot convert the second, but we get a foul.
Yeah, I think a foul. It's not a lane violation. He's coming with a foul.
And that's going to be on Harding. So that'll be his first.
And a different guy will go to the line.
So at the line now will be Cody Elmore, the hero of the Grayson County game, hit the game-winning three-pointer as the Bruins knocked off the Cougars. Could not convert the free throw there. Got Central now 1 of 4 from the line to start the ball game. Panthers 2 of 3.
And getting to the bonus, it helps a little bit, and the other team's got foul trouble, but it really helps if you can knock down those free throws when you get the chance.
Harris gets the ball to Nejdawi. Back out to Harris out front. Cotton bluffs the three, now kicks it out. Harding will take the three. Back of the rim. Nejdawi gets the rebound, goes back up, and draws the contact.
E-Town just keeps pounding and pounding on that glass. You know, they get some results here, you're going to get some free throws. They'll eventually, you got to think, are going to stick a few of those back in the hole.
Whitehouse will pick up his first, the team 9th against the Bruins. And now Nejdawi heads to the line.
Central had gone zone that trip, Lee, coming out of the quarter break, and Harding steps out, trying to show a little versatility out on the wing there, shooting a three-pointer. Sure, if you're on the bench for E-Town, you like him better down there 8 feet in.
Nejdawi hits the free throw. Panthers now 4 of 6 from the line. And again, free throws, if this foul situation continues to escalate, it's going to come down to a free throw shooting contest. But right now, early returns, E-Town getting the better of it.
It's also going to come down to a little bit of your bench players right here. So you got some guys in some jeopardy here early. They're piling up some fouls. We may have some disqualifications as the game moves on.
McCullough and Squires already on the bench for Central Hardin in foul trouble. McDonald and Patterson with 2 fouls for E-Town. Moved under 7 minutes to go here in the quarter. Crowder, nice move to the basket.
Excellent use of keeping the dribble alive, and he used a nice reverse pivot. Used that and came out of it with a spin move to get himself free into the backboard.
4 points for Crowder, 4-point lead for Central Hardin, 6:43 to go in the first half. Out front, Cotton gets the ball. Here's a three-point attempt on the way. No good. Rebound, Nejdawi pulls it down. Now give and go to Nejdawi. Back out front. Harris will try the three-pointer and drain it.
The zone got shifted. They swing the ball. Nice job of finding the open guy. Defense does not recover. Harris gets to square his feet up, and he knocks it home top of the key.
Margin at 1. E-Town with pressure. Central breaks it. Can't hang on to the basketball, but Central will get it back as Cotton rolls out of bounds.
Glenn pumped that pass from that left-hand wing, and the pump allowed the defense to get there and get a piece of it.
Inbounds, Central Hardin. Elmore to inbounds for the Bruins. They've led by as many as 6 in this one. On the line, Kerr, though, safely landed on the backside of the line.
Yeah, I think he was in the air when he caught the ball, so he's allowed to land the backcourt there.
Elmore with a three-pointer, puts it in.
Big basket right there, gets him back up 4.
Elmore gets into the scoring column, back to a 4-point margin. Under 6 to go here in the first half.
Central's got to make an effort to keep that ball out of the middle of the lane. The middle of the lane leads to the low post. But right there, Nejdawi gets it in the low post, runs over somebody.
And picks up his second foul in the process.
Second and short time frame.
So now you've got McDonald with 2, Patterson with 2, Nejdawi with 2. And that will bring Dominique Harding back off the bench with 5:50 remaining here in the first half. We've had one tie in the ball game at 2. And Central Hardin has led otherwise the rest of the way. And the E-Town pressure forces a turnover.
Called the walk on the step through there.
Inbounds to Elizabethtown. Patterson to inbounds the basketball. Harris is in there along with Cotton, Harding, and Williams. Central Hardin has Kerr, Barnes, Elmore. Also Whitehouse. Check that. Dylan Glenn in the lineup as well. And a foul on Central Hardin. As I believe it is Glenn picking up the foul. That'll be his first, and now double bonus with 5:37 to go here in the half for Elizabethtown.
Free throw contest has begun, Lee. E-Town shooting 2 on every whistle against Central Hardin this point forward all the way into the half.
Williams connects on the first free throw. Panthers 2 of 3 here in this quarter from the line. Williams steps up for the second of the 2 free throws.
Any team can get on a free throw run. You get the right guys fouled maybe. You know, somebody make 3, 4, 5 in a row, one of the teams. You can really push this out with the foul trouble with both sides.
Ball gets tipped up in the air and then out of bounds back to Central Hardin. E-Town applying full court man-to-man pressure here.
Thus far, neither team seeing a whole lot of success on those free throw attempts.
Barnes tries behind the back pass but a travel is called as trying to whip it in there was Barnes. Too many E-Town defenders. Cotton got there but shuffled his feet in the process.
I think they just called the ball out of bounds off E-Town there.
Ball knocked away and picked up by the Panthers.
Yeah. Wasn't a real wise decision on the behind the back. The defense is coming on a dead sprint. Just takes too long for that ball to get around you.
Cotton with the basketball out front. Williams, now Harris with it. Back to Patterson.
You wonder if Coach Wright's gone to this zone to try to protect a little bit from the foul trouble, but they're going to let him get the ball down in the paint right there. You're lucky that he walks because you're in a bad spot when you let the size get the ball down there inside a 10-foot circle close to the basket.
And a timeout going to be taken by Central Hardin, a 30-second timeout.
Coach Wright's going to bring Squires back with the 2 fouls.
Clock arrested at 5:06 remaining here in the first half. A 16-13 lead. Central Hardin has never trailed in this ball game. We've only had 1 tie. That was at 2. The Bruins have led by as many as 6 early on at 8-2. And thus far, Central Hardin keeping E-Town at arm's reach at this point.
You feel like E-Town's about to gather some momentum. We felt like that a couple times, I think, sitting here, and they just can't get those shots to drop. I mean, they get the ball in position. If I'm sitting on the E-Town bench, I love where they're getting the basketball to and attempting their shots from. They're just not making a whole lot right now.
And Central Hardin just making enough to keep them at arm's reach. And, of course, they're fighting. They're holding their own on the inside. E-Town's getting shots.
Yeah.
Early on at Central was.
Well,
but
Central's got a couple offensive rebounds too. E-Town, they forced a couple turnovers. So, all that stuff, that the negative things from both sides are kind of balancing out.
Here's Crowder with the basketball around. Harding goes the basket off the bottom of the rim. Can't get it to go to Glenn, but does on the second effort and draws the foul.
Yeah, he's supposed to make the first one, but it works out really nice for him as he gets the foul and the basket on the second attempt.
Well, head to the line is now both teams double bonus. Dominique Harding has just picked up his second foul.
Crowder's been real aggressive trying to attack the basket with the dribble drive. Right there he got himself just a shade too deep and caught the bottom side of the rim. But because he drives and gets the defense out of position, it opens up the offensive rebound.
Glenn, the 6'3 junior, connects on the free throw for his 3rd point. Central matches their biggest lead of the night at 6.
Central shows a little bit of pressure there.
McDonald with the basketball. Central showing 2-3 zone. Cotton, Williams, 3-point attempt on the way by Johnson. In and out, no good. Harding goes back up off the glass and in.
And Central doesn't do a very good job that time. Nobody putting a body on Harding right there.
Crowder on the floor. Now gets up as we have the officials stopping play. I think they're going to want a towel there.
Yeah, he's trying to clear all the traffic. When he went to the floor, a lot of guys around him, so they stop it. Then there's a big bunch of sweat on the floor. It's warm in here tonight, Lee, and these guys are playing pretty hard. You know, if they hit the floor, they're probably going to need to wipe that up.
Substitution into the lineup for the Elizabethtown. Number 10, Troy Johnson. As both teams having to go into the bench just a bit. Full court pressure applied by Elizabethtown. Kerr breaks into the front court. Crowder thought about the 3, was cut off by Johnson. He'll settle for the 12-footer instead. 6 for Crowder, makes it 21-15.
Both his coaches have had us digging in the roster tonight, Lee. Central Hardin's had 9 guys on the floor, and E-Town's had 10 different guys in the game here in the first quarter and a half.
Troy Johnson gets the basketball to McDonald. To the inside, puts it up and draws the charge.
Dylan Glenn down in there willing to take the contact. Did a good job of trying to get his feet set. Took it right in the chest.
And McDonald has now picked up his 3rd foul.
Glenn's been a spark off the bench for Coach Wright, coming in the foul trouble. Got a basket down here, attempted at the 3-point play, takes a charge right there. Involved on both ends.
Full court pressure employed by Elizabethtown. Under 4 minutes to go here in the half. Ball knocked away and picked up by the Panthers.
It's a lazy pass right there.
But made up for it. Crowder stepped in front of Johnson to pick up the basketball.
They're fortunate to get that one back.
Harding gets a hand to slap it away. It'll stay with Central Hardin. Bruins with a 6-point advantage at 21-15. 3:45 remaining here in the first half. Elmore looking, now finally brings it in. Kerr gets around, kicks it back out. Elmore with a tray, no good. Rebound tip, fought for. Squires gets it back, goes up and draws contact.
I'd say Johnson, but they've got their pick of about 3 guys right here.
And it will be Tristan Johnson who gets the foul. That'll be his second.
Figured I had a pretty good shot. 2 Johnsons on the floor. But that was the one I thought got him. He took a pretty good hack at him as he went to the basket.
So you've got McDonald with 3, Patterson, Nashgawi, Harding, and Tristan Johnson with 2 fouls. Squires misses the free throw. 0 of 2 on the night.
Sporadic free throw shooting from both sides, and yet opportunities at the line here.
Jackson Gillick back in the lineup for Elizabethtown. As Squires, the 6-foot senior, steps to the line for the second of the 2 free throws. 4 points in the ball game.
Troy got a couple baskets off of good defensive plays on one end. He pushed them all the way to the basket.
Connects on the free throw for his 5th point of the night. As Barnes will check back into the ball game.
Coach Wright may be trying to protect him a little bit here. Play him on offense, take him down defense, because they're keeping him right here against the scorer's table. I think if they get the ball back and there's a dead ball, he'll get Squires back in.
Squires had a double-double in that Grayson County game with 10 points and 12 assists. E-Town with the basketball, down by their biggest margin of the night at 7 now with 3:20 remaining in the quarter. Cotton has it knocked out of his hands, gets it back, drives the basket. We get contact and a charge on Cotton.
Dylan Glenn takes another charge. Huge defensive effort by him here in the second quarter.
So Cotton will pick up his second foul.
Plus the dead ball allows Central to play offense-defense right here. Squires will come back in as they gain possession.
So now Cotton joins the 2-foul club.
He's not lonely there, Lee.
A lot of players right now in the 2-foul club, and then you can bump up to the 3-foul club.
Nobody's wanting to, but yeah, a couple of them are thinking that way. They already have.
Squires from the corner for a 3. Got it.
E-Town needs a timeout right here.
8 points for Squires in the ball game. The margin now double digits for the first time.
Momentum is swinging, and Central Hardin has gathered the lead.
And a foul on Central.
This is going to be Squires' 3rd foul. That's huge. Huge. 3 minutes to go first half, and he makes the basket on one end. If there's a dead ball there, they can get him out, but there's not. Play continues, and he picks up his 3rd foul down on this end.
And that will send Gillick to the line for Elizabethtown. Panthers 3 and 5 in the first quarter from the free throw line. 2 of 4 here in the second. And Gillick knocks down the first one for his first point of the night.
Yeah, both teams leaving a little food on the plate at the foul line, Lee. Opportunities are abundant right now with all the foul trouble. They're getting a lot of attempts. Nobody really having a high success rate.
Barnes and Patterson back in the ball game as the second free throw good by Gillick.
I only see a guy make 2 in a row.
Brings Elizabethtown to within 8 at 25-17, under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Central is led by as many as 10 in this one. Barnes, Kerr, back to Barnes. He'll pull up top of the key. Back of the rim, doesn't go. Fight for the rebound. Tipped up. Elmore travels.
Crowder kept that thing alive. Came flying through from the left-hand baseline. And like Central Hardin that time on offense, the guy that shot the ball around the foul line, the other 4 guys stayed within about a 5-foot circle. Nobody was moving. You got to move.
Now Central with some full court pressure. Johnson.
Coach Rice tried to pick their energy up and extending the defense a little bit. They've come up and applied a little bit of pressure in the full court, kind of back it off and then fall back into the zone.
Harris with the basketball for E-Town. Out front, Patterson takes it. Johnson down low in the paint. Harris just too strong. Rebound comes down to Glenn, who lost the handle, but bailed out, as they're going to say, the last touch by Central.
Harris rushed that a little bit. He's not a real tall kid there in the middle. Feels like the defense is coming to him. Looked like he rushed that shot. He was open there in the middle of the lane.
2:10 remaining here in the first half. E-Town with the basketball, but trailing by 8. Inbounds, 3-point attempt on the way is good by Harris.
Made a couple of those.
He's got 8 points in the ball game, and that leads Elizabethtown scoring and brings the Panthers to within 5 as we move under 2 minutes left here in the first half.
If you look at the foul chart, Lee, it's not surprising you've had to have contributors off the bench. Dylan Glenn's done a great job for Coach Wright. Harris has done a real nice job for Coach Hare.
Barnes tried the 3, didn't get it to go, so Tristan Johnson with a rebound. E-Town in the front court. Patterson back to Harris. Patterson thought about the 3, tried a bounce pass, and we get contact, and that will be on Patterson, and that's his 3rd.
Ball slipped out of his hands, Lee, and you wonder, I know with the headset on over here, I feel like I'm hot in here. These guys are running up and down the floor and playing really hard. You just wonder if it's the humidity and the sweat on the ball. E-Town's lost the ball a couple times. I thought they took their eye off of it, one of them, but a couple other times it just looks like the ball may be slick.
So at the line now it is Jacob Barnes for Central Hardin. A 6'1 junior has not scored in the ball game. Of course, seen significant playing time. Steps up for 2 free throws with a minute 36 to go here in the quarter. In and out.
Substitution for Panthers, number 25, Guy Williams. He replaces Patterson.
Guy Williams will check back into the lineup for Elizabethtown, as both James Hare and J.C. Wright have had to go to their bench tonight with the foul trouble. Barnes steps up for the second free throw, in and out.
Two missed opportunities there to put points on the board. E-Town on a 5-0 run. Free throws can kind of help to stem a run sometimes, but he misses both.
Harris with 2 3-point baskets, part of his 8-point night. Johnson lost the handle, and it's picked up by Glenn for Central Hardin.
I think Glenn got the strip and the recovery there.
Down to the other end, Crowder lays it up and in.
Glenn defensively has been a huge spark plug. A steal there, a couple charges taken, and Crowder again continuously attacking the basket. You feel like you open the lane up for him. He's going all the way to the front of the rim.
8 points now for Crowder in the ball game. Makes it a 27-20 score in favor of Central Hardin in the final minute of this first half. Out front, Gillock. Now Harris takes it back. We'll try the three-pointer from this side. No good. Crowder gets the rebound. Crowder quickly pushing the ball up the floor. Tries to scoop it up. They'll get Crowder with a charge. That's only his first.
Man, that looked like a tough call. It looked like he stepped around the guy, just barely caught a piece of the shoulder. Gillock falls to the floor and gets a kind whistle.
It'll be E-Town basketball to bring the length of the floor with 37.8 seconds to go in the quarter. E-Town had cut the margin at one point down to 16-13. Then a 9-2 run pushed it out to double digits, 25-15. E-Town went on a 5-0 run of their own.
Central with the last basket, back up to 7 right here where we're at now.
E-Town with the basketball as we move under 30 seconds to go here in the quarter. Harris at long range.
Like to get a basket in this last possession, kind of take a little bit of momentum with you into the locker room.
Back out front, Johnson with it. Now Williams. E-Town may be content to go for the one here. Harris will try a three that is too strong. A rebound. Williams goes back up, puts it up, can't get it to go. However, on the putback, Tristan Johnson.
It's good right at the buzzer. He got rid of it right before. And Central's going to get a tee from a player right there as Elmore says something the official about the basket at the horn.
Actually, I think it was Crowder who got hit with the tech. Thought Crowder signaled 3-5, or the official signaled 3-5. As the discussion continues, and this could be a huge momentum swing here right before half.
Well, you get the basket, you're going to get some free throws. Definitely a 2-shot free throw with the technical foul.
So they will get the foul, the technical foul. Crowder picks up his second in the process.
Basket was good by Johnson. A foul made on number 35, Alex Crowder. His second.
Well, he got a foul down there on the charge call, what, Leaf? 30 seconds ago. And then the technical will count as a personal also. So Crowder joins the 2-foul club right here at the end of the half.
And a chance for Johnson. Can't convert the free throw.
Also a technical foul assessed to number 35, Crowder. His third.
So they will assess the technical.
They called a foul on the basket at the horn, and he protested. That's where the technical comes in. That was the free throw for the three-point play. It was missed. Guy Williams at the line right here to shoot the technical foul shot.
And misses the technical, will get another one.
Well, we're going to have to count these up. There's been a lot of free throws this half, but you know, neither team doing much better than about half.
And right now, E-Town right now has let 2 points on the board. Free throw by Williams is good on the second attempt, so that will wrap up the first half.
Central only gives up one. Could have been 3 right there at the end after the horn.
Elizabethtown never led in this ball game, fell behind by as many as 10 as Central Hardin will take a 27-23 lead into the locker room in this district matchup, thanks to the sponsors making possible coverage of this ball game. Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, E-Town Exterminating, Bluegrass Cellular, RetailApartments.com, by Mark Harris Construction, and by West Point Bank. Hardin County Educational and Community Television is a division of Hardin County Schools. That's also seen on Comcast Cable Channel 2 in Elizabethtown, Vine Grove, and Hardin County, and Insight Cable Channel 25 in Radcliffe. Our coverage of this boys district high school basketball game continues in just a few minutes.
Thank you for joining us for these live sports competitions on HCEC-TV and Brandenburg Telecom's Channel 1. We're really excited about this year's live sports competitions that we'll be bringing you throughout the season. In addition to football, girls and boys soccer, volleyball in the fall, we'll also have some special features on golf and cross country. And then you can't miss wrestling, girls and boys basketball in the winter, and of course in the spring we've got baseball and softball. Joining me today are two of our wonderful sponsors. They're with West Point Bank. We have President Josh Hubbard and also Haley Thomas, who is the loan officer at West Point Bank. You all have been longtime sponsors and supporters of our live programming, and we really appreciate it because without your sponsorship, we could not do what we do. So it really means a great deal. Tell us a little bit about some of the services, Josh, that West Point Bank provides.
West Point Bank is a full-service bank in Hardin County. We offer checking account, savings account, CDs, loans of all sorts. The two major things that we're offering right now is our construction loan product and our bridge loan product. The construction loan project, it's for builders that are building spec homes or consumers that might be building their primary residence. And then our bridge loan program, it enables customers to buy a house before their current home sells. So a pretty unique product that we try to offer that can kind of help consumers to go on and buy their home before their home sells at this point. So.
People might think West Point Bank is just a one location type of thing, but actually West Point Bank is at many locations.
We actually have 5 branches in Hardin County, but we make loans in probably a 7-county radius. Jefferson, Breck, Meade, Hardin, LaRue, Grayson. But our 5 branches are in Hardin County, and the focus of our lending and our customers is Hardin County. But we do branch out a little bit. So.
I was going to say, with it having a local hometown feel, you're a local hometown bank in that regard.
We are. You're not necessarily just a number when you come in. We know our customers' names. Interact with them on a daily basis, make a lot of decisions locally. So a lot of the hoops that you got to jump through with a national bank, you can come in and talk to myself or Haley. Typically on the spot, we can give you a yes or no answer whether or not we can loan you the money or not loan you the money. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to open up a checking account. Consumer oriented, just really big on the customer service. Taking care of our customers.
I was going to say, I just called one of the locations and I actually got a person, and that's a nice thing.
That's right. That's right.
Haley, what are some of the special services and the things that you do in the community in that regard?
We're involved, of course, in the Hardin County Chamber of Commerce. We do a lot with Heartland Festival, Relay for Life, a Bowl for Kids' Sake. We have a lot of events that we're in within the community. Since we are a local bank, we try to get involved in the community as much as we possibly can.
And in terms of employees, how many are employed at each location?
We've got about 32 employees that are both mainly part-time. I think the majority of those, probably 90% of the people actually live in Hardin County. So we like to employ people from the community that we live in.
Okay.
So.
With your strong presence in Hardin County, you also are a large employer. So talk about your employees and
Correct.
what they mean to you.
We have roughly 32 employees at West Point Bank, and probably 90 to 95% of them actually live in Hardin County. So being that we are, our dominant presence is in Hardin County, we like to employ the citizens of Hardin County. So.
Haley, you're a loan officer. Some people might think that a small town bank doesn't really deal with loans. So what types of loans, you mentioned the construction loan and the bridge loan. So is it fairly easy to get a loan in terms of that?
We offer pretty much a loan for every need. We have car loans, personal loans, and our real estate loans venture from your primary residence to an investor looking to, build a spec house like Josh had said, or buy a piece of property to rent out. We do mobile home loans, we do vacant land loans. Pretty much, just because we're a small town doesn't mean really anything particular other than we're more personal. We offer really any kind of a loan that you could possibly want.
Well, I was going to say, do you have a strong military presence that is involved in the bank? Is that something that you're working toward?
We do have military personnel that bank with us, but
that's something that to grow with.
To grow with, yes.
Why do you decide to be involved with live sports coverage or just helping out the schools and things? Why is it important to you?
We have a huge commitment to Hardin County. We are based in Hardin County. The citizens of Hardin County work for us, and we know that the students at some point are going to be leaders of this community. So anything we can do to help them or to give back, it just strengthens us for the future.
Well, I know that they all love it, and when in fact it's probably not a week passes that people don't thank us for being able to bring those things into their home on a regular basis. So we really appreciate that. Haley, any new announcements, upcoming special events that you all are going to be involved in? Anniversaries? Do we have any anniversaries for branches?
We actually just had our
25th
yes
anniversary last year.
Last year.
25 years. That our organization is on West Point Bank. So.
Well, that is wonderful. Okay. Well, again, those individual locations will be shown on the screen following our interview today. So take advantage of the many services that West Point Bank offers, and also we want to again thank them for their sponsorship of our live sports coverage. Now let's get back to the ball game.
And we thank the sponsors making possible coverage of high school sporting events on HCEC-TV, that including West Point Bank, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, E-Town Exterminating, Bluegrass Cellular, and eTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. The halftime score at Charlie Rawlings Memorial Gymnasium is Central Hardin 27, Elizabethtown 23. This is a game that Central has led virtually the entire way. We've only had one tie in the ball game. That was at 2. Central has never trailed in this ball game. They've led by as many as 10 at 25-15 in a game which has featured 27 fouls.
27 fouls, Lee. 23 free throw attempts in the first half. We've had 19 guys in the ball game because of the foul trouble, and I'm not sure many of them are not in foul trouble.
We'll get to the foul situation in just a moment. Let's do a quick check on the scoring. First for Central Hardin, they're being led by Troy Squires and Alex Crowder, who have 8 points each. From there, the scoring drops down. 4 points to Tyler McCullough, 3 points to Cody Elmore, 3 points to Dylan Glenn. You get 1 point in the ball game to Matt Whitehouse. Across the way for Elizabethtown, it is Trey Harris off the bench with 8 points to lead the Panthers. From there, the scoring drops down. 3 points each to Zane Nishdawi, 3 points to Nick McDonald, 2 points to Jackson Gillick, Dominique Harding, 2 points to Tristan Johnson. Then 1 point in the ball game to Javon Cotton. Free throw, foul situation. Let's get to that very quickly because that's going to be a huge factor the rest of the way.
How are you going to do that quickly? Everybody's got fouls, Lee. Read them off.
Squires, Crowder, McCullough all have 3 for Central Hardin. Gordon has 2 for Central. For Elizabethtown, McDonald, Patterson with 3. Cotton, Nashdawi, Harding, and Johnson each with 2.
All right, so you did them in groups. You did them in groups of 3 and groups of 2. But you're looking at a handful of players on both teams with some foul trouble there in the first half, and several of them with 3 fouls. Would not be surprised we have some disqualifications down the stretch. They continue to play aggressive, and the referees continue to call a tight ball game and blow the whistle. We're going to have a lot more fouls in the second half. I don't think either team's backing off.
And another factor in this ball game, Elizabethtown's inability to knock down shots. I believe Nate Bryan from the News Enterprise was telling us during the break. E-Town's shooting something on the line to 6 of 23.
Yeah, under 30% for them. Central better, but in the mid to low 40s, so not a great shooting night for either team, but E-Town really struggling, and we kind of like some of the shots they got. We look at each other and you think they're getting pretty good looks down in the paint, especially in the first quarter with the two big guys. They'll bring them back out of the foul trouble in the first half. Coach Herrick kept them on the bench quite a bit, but he'll come back with them here to start the half.
Nashgawi and Harding each with 2.
Yeah, he protected them. He wanted them to come to this half with 3 fouls to play with.
But 3 key players for Central, really their big 3, Squires, Crowder, and McCullough, all with 3. Of course, Crowder picked up those 2 at the end on the foul on the late basket, and then a technical.
And you got Squires and Crowder, probably the guys that have the most experience on your team, probably 2 of your more productive offensive players right there. And they really need them to get through this quarter and only have 3 fouls.
Everybody back to their starting alignments as we're just about set to get the second half underway in this district matchup. Across the time stripe, McDonald gets the ball to Nashgawi. Patterson with it. Down low, they go to Nashgawi against McCullough, lost the handle, picks it up, back to Patterson. Now Cotton takes the basketball on the wing, Harding, and a foul, and that's going to be 4 on McCullough.
17 seconds into the second half.
Foul number 40, McCullough, his 4th, team's first of the second half.
Coach Wright, though, gets to bring somebody who had a good first half right back in, as Dylan Glenn will replace him.
Glenn with 3 points, but also made some solid
defensively,
hustle plays.
The 3 points, that's a bonus. Defensively, he was a factor.
Inbounds Elizabethtown. They lob it out front. Patterson will square up for a 3-pointer that is no good. Tipped up, Harding back up and in.
That's a little bit of the volleyball that they played there in the first half, but they get the ball to go in the basket. Did it a couple times down on this end in the first half, but were unable to score. They had 2 or 3 opportunities on multiple occasions.
E-Town now on a 10-2 run from the second quarter after they fell behind by 10.
And they left a couple free throw points on the board after the horn that ended the first half.
Actually, he missed 3 of the 4 in that sequence. Or 2 of the 3, excuse me. Right now, turnaround shot blocked by Harding as Glenn was going to the basket.
Tries to attack the big guy, but he does a nice job with his timing. Harding in there going up and getting a piece of the ball at its apex.
Cody Elmore will inbounds the basketball. Elmore brings it into Squires. Out front, here's Kerr with it. Kerr back to Squires. Being guarded by Javon Cotton. Now a 3-point basket on the way. No good. Rebound, though. Glenn goes back up. Will kick it back out. Cotton tried to go for the steal, knocked it away. No, they'll say last touch by Crowder. So it comes back to Elizabethtown to bring 3/4 length of the court. Panthers looking to either tie or take the lead on this possession. The closest they've been was at 2 to start the ball game. Then Central ran out 6 in a row.
I think Central thought the zone was more effective in the second quarter than the man they tried to play in the first quarter. You got to think they thought that in the locker room because they come back out in the zone to start the second half.
Harding down in the corner, a 3-pointer for the lead is no good. Race for the rebound, scramble, goes to the floor, and we get a jump ball. The alternating possession will favor Central Hardin. E-Town tried to go for the lead with a 3-pointer. And now Central will bring it the length of the floor. 6:46 remaining here in the third. Kerr will walk it up the floor for the Panthers.
It's not been the prettiest ball game, Lee, but they're definitely going at it, and we've got a tight ball game. So adds to the excitement, big crowd in the gym, everybody kind of fired up.
Crowder goes to the basket and will draw the block. That will be on Cotton as he'll pick up his 3rd foul. And now Crowder will head to the line. This will be his first trip to the free throw line. Has 8 points in the ball game. Squires 1 of 3 from the line in the first half. Elmore 0 of 1. Whitehouse went 1 of 2. Barnes 0 of 2. Glenn made his lone free throw. As we get the stoppage of play for Elizabethtown, or as Cotton went 1 of 2. Gillick made both of his free throw attempts. Nashgawi was 1 of 2.
As with most block charge calls, which is probably the toughest call for the referee to make. Coach Hare disputes that one, seemed to think his guy got some position.
Crowder with his 9th point to finish the free throws. Tristan Johnson with 0 of 1. Guy Williams 2 of 4. And Trey Harris 2 of 2 from the line. The 6'1" senior steps back up to the line, has 9 points to lead all scorers. Trying to push it back out to a 4-point game, and does. 4-point margin, 29-25, 6.5 minutes left to go here in the third. Full court pressure by the Bruins. Into the front court, Patterson out front. McDonald drives, gets it down low to Nishdawi, up off the glass and in.
Nice look off right there. McDonald looks the left block, but pitches it down to the right block. Yeah. Nishdawi's got to realize he may be coming to me if he's not looking at me. I almost didn't get the hands up in time.
Back to a 2-point ball game. Squires backs it on Johnson, goes to the floor. Crowder, though, squares up 3-2 strong. Nishdawi yanks away the rebound. E-Town on the run. Johnson looking down low, intended for Nishdawi, but it's picked off.
And a terrible pass. You got to see the defense right there.
Now Crowder the other end. He'll pull up with a short jumper. Doesn't go. Rebound comes down to Patterson. E-Town another chance to tie or take the lead. Patterson back out front. McDonald holds it up at long range. Now Patterson on the right wing. Harding. Pass is picked off by Elmore.
Back-to-back possessions with very poor passes by Elizabethtown.
And Elmore lays it up and in for his 5th point.
Every time E-Town gets down there and sniffs getting even, Central seems to come back with a good play and a basket.
4-point ball game now as we move closer to 5 minutes to go here in the first, or make a third quarter of play. Patterson, Harding has the ball knocked out of his hands.
And it looked like somebody got a piece of his arm right there, no whistle.
Central the other way, Elmore bluffs the 3, steps inside, rejected by Nishdawi. As we'll get a substitution into the ball game. Just off screen, Coach J.C. Wright doing some legislating down here.
Yeah, Nishdawi's got to be careful right there. He did get a whistle on the block, but you got to be careful about standing over a guy and trying to stare him down here. You catch an oversensitive official, they'll call that one on you.
Under 5 minutes now to go here in the third quarter. Central with that lead. They have never trailed in this ball game. Have been under threat as Kerr just drives coast to coast. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Central Hardin. TJ Gordon, number 23, into the ball game for Central Hardin.
Guy Williams back in for Elizabethtown.
Harding will sit down. Elmore to inbounds. Looking, finds Glenn, turn around, little hook shot, banks it off the glass.
That's a nice quick spin move. He feels the defense one way, turns back in to Nishdawi, but gets it up over the top.
Central eases back out to a 6-point lead. After E-Town had cut it down to 2, with a chance to take the lead.
E-Town has not been able to get over that hump. They get right up against getting back even or getting the lead. Central so far has pushed it back out a little bit.
Out front, Williams, McDonald, now Johnson. Johnson, Patterson, a long 3-pointer, back of the rim. Long rebound, Patterson has it knocked out of his hands, tries to rescue, and it'll come back to Central Hardin. Bruins will bring it up the floor with 4 minutes left to go here in the third.
Coach Hare brings Ryan Harris to the scorer's table to check in next dead ball. Hit a nice first half off of the bench.
Squires, Kerr with McDonald guarding him. Now Glenn with it. Give and go to Elmore against the double team, puts it up short. Rebound comes down to Elizabethtown.
Defense closed on Elmore right there. Good job by E-Town recovering and collapsing on him.
Nishdawi with the basketball, being chased by TJ Gordon. Now McDonald whips it to Patterson. Central tried to go for the steal. Williams will try a 3-pointer. In and out, no good. Fight for the rebound, and it will stay with Elizabethtown. Harris will check into the ball game. Central goes to their bench, and they'll bring Barnes and Crowder into the lineup.
Number 20, Jacob Barnes, number 35.
E-Town to inbounds the basketball as McDonald brings it into Nishdawi, spins, runs it off the glass and in.
Dowie does a great job. There's a little contact down low, but he keeps his head up, doesn't glance down, keeps his eye on the backboard there.
7 for Dowie.
Offensively, he's much improved over what we saw last year, Lee. It was starting to develop some moves toward the end of last season, but really looking strong there tonight.
Squires at the other end gets the nice roll for his 10th point.
Squires creating right there.
McDonald down to the other end in the paint, draws contact, and will head to the line. Foul's going to be on Gordon, will be his third. Just the team's second. As we're at 2:57 remaining here in the third quarter.
We played 5 minutes, Lee. Only 3 team fouls amongst the two, and that's a slow start considering where we were the first half. 27 fouls there in the first half. So either the referees are letting them play a little bit more, or defensively they've made an adjustment to try to stay out of that foul trouble.
McDonald connects on his first point since the first quarter. He's got 4 in the ball game. Second free throw is going to be short. Fight for the rebound. Dowie gets it, has it knocked out of his hands, able to control it. As Squires comes out there to knock it out of bounds.
For Central Hardin right there, you need that rebound. Defensively on a free throw, you automatically get the inside position. Can't let the guy get that quick first step and beat you into that position.
Tristan Johnson will inbounds for Elizabethtown at 2:50 remaining here in the third. 6-point lead, or make it a 5-point edge for Central Hardin, 35-30. McDonald with the basketball out front. Tristan Johnson. Now Williams takes it. Harris with it. Johnson for Dowie. Ball knocked away. Johnson able to save it. Dangerous cross-court pass. And Central makes them pay at the other end. Glenn tries to put it in, followed by Gordon. Now E-Town has the pass picked off by Crowder. And a reach in by Williams. Ragged sequence there, both sides.
Yep. Let's miss the layup. We missed the follow-up. Let's throw it away both ways. Central Hardin coming out with the better of it as E-Town picks up a foul. Central will have the ball here out of bounds on the side.
Harding checks into the ball game for Dowie at 2:24 to go in the third.
I thought Dowie might have looked a little winded on the last offensive sequence. That's the place to rest. You don't want him resting on defense, but looked like he wasn't really ready to come to the ball last trip.
Kerr with the basketball. Gets it to Crowder, gets around his man, puts up the shot, blocked by Dowie. And it will stay with Central Hardin.
Dowie shakes his head right there and says, y'all keep bringing that because I've pitched a couple of them out of here inside tonight.
Crowder and the Central Partisans wanting to know where the foul was there. Inbounds comes into Kerr. They get it to Gordon on the inside. Gordon kicks it out. Glenn, 3-point attempt on the way is too strong. Race for the rebound. Ball goes up to about the 4th row.
Crowder's down in the corner. Him and Harding ran together over there in the far corner.
And Crowder not up yet as he hit right about where the bleacher was.
I'm not sure it wasn't contact between the two guys as they collided as they both jumped trying to save the basketball.
It'll be E-Town basketball with 2:05 left remaining here in the third quarter. Score Central Hardin 35, Elizabethtown 30. Central has never trailed in this ball game, led by as many as 10. E-Town got it down to 2 earlier in the quarter, but Central has eased it back out. Harding to Cotton. Cotton driving down, dishes to Dowie, puts it off the glass and in.
Nice pass right there, and Coach Ayers going to take a timeout.
A 30-second timeout by Elizabethtown at 1:55 remaining here in the third. And once again, Elizabethtown tightens it down. They have it to a 3-point game.
They've been able to whittle it down. Every time Central pulls out just a little, E-Town closes it back down. E-Town's never quite gotten there. That 2-2 tie, I think, is the best they've been. Central's had the lead the whole night. Every time E-Town gets close, they seem to come up with a critical basket.
Central again, after letting it get to a 2-point ball game, actually pushed the margin back out to 6. But E-Town again has chipped away at this thing. And again, they've been able to do it. They've had the most success again. Going to Dowie down low. He's got 6 of the 9 points here in the quarter for the Panthers.
Yeah, been aggressive downside. Those guys came out aggressive there in the first quarter, just nothing dropping. Kind of, it's demoralizing when you're getting the shots you want and you don't get anything to go. Right here, you get a little bit more momentum because they're seeing some good results here in the third quarter.
Squires bringing the ball up the floor with 1:45 left. Kerr with a basketball.
Probably could anticipate that. Coach Hare changing defenses when he went with the timeout after the made basket. It works out great for him.
As Harding lost the handle, had the ball deflected away.
Yeah, big guy trying to do a little too much with the ball handle.
Squires, a high arching shot, doesn't go, tipped in the air.
Harding's getting this foul, yep.
And foul's going to be on Dominic Harding, which will be his third.
Yeah, Harding needs to find one of his ball handlers coming down the floor over there. He handles pretty decent, but on the move there and trying to pull up, he went to go behind his back and really totally lost control of the ball.
Elmore will inbounds for Central Hardin with 1:29 left to go here in the quarter. Here's Glenn off the basket, up and in.
Third time they've shot a layup on an out-of-bounds play tonight. Poorly defended by E-Town. That should not happen 3 times in a ball game.
7 for Glenn, 37-32. Back to a 5-point edge. Jumper by Cotton, baseline is good.
Use the ball fake to get around the defender. The rest of the defense doesn't close out. He pulls up before they get to him.
3 for Cotton makes it a 37-34 ball game. 1 minute remaining here in the third. Central going 4 corners here, indicating they would like to get the last shot.
Now they're spreading it out a little bit because E-Town's gone to this 1-3-1, so they got 2 guards on the top.
Squires with it, step to the inside, lost the handle. Gordon makes the rescue. Squires down in the paint. Gordon steps up, off balance shot doesn't go. Harding gets the rebound.
Gordon's got to look at the basket if he expects a whistle there.
Cotton will try a 3 off the mark, and the ball knocked away. Rescued though by Elizabethtown. Here is McDonald driving and draws contact and the foul. Foul is going to be on Cody Elmore. His second. That'll be the team third. Under 30 seconds remaining here in the quarter. 3-point edge for Central Hardin. Elizabethtown with the basketball. Lobs it out front. Cotton will take it. So we'll see if E-Town opts to go for one here.
I think they might be content to take the last one. We're under 20 seconds now.
McDonald almost let that one get away from him.
Took his eye off the ball just for a second.
Harris steps inside, kicks it back to Nishdawi. Now McDonald with it, clock down to 7 seconds. Here's McDonald, he'll square up and take the 3 and drain it. First tie of the game since 2. And the 3-pointer brings Elizabethtown back to level as we'll head to the final quarter, tied at 37.
Took them the better part of 3 quarters to get back after being 2-all early in the ball game. But E-Town with a made 3-pointer to end the third quarter knots it up. We've decided absolutely nothing with 8 minutes to go.
Thanks to the sponsors making possible coverage of this ball game: Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, E-Town Exterminating, Bluegrass Cellular, ETownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction, and by West Point Bank. Zane Nishdawi with 6 points in the quarter leads Elizabethtown scoring now. He has 9 in the ball game. Across the way for Central Hardin, it is Alex Crowder with 10 points to pace the Bruins, along with Troy Squires, who also has 10. So here we go, fourth quarter, tied at 37 in a game in which Central Hardin has led the entire way. They've been tied now for just the second time at 37. The other time was at 2.
Central's never trailed in the ball game. Thus, E-Town's never led. Right here coming out to start the fourth quarter, it's going to be Elizabethtown's basketball. So they finish the quarter with a 3-point make, and they'll get the ball to start the fourth.
Trey Harris will inbounds the basketball. He's in there with Nick McDonald, Javon Cotton, Zane Nishdawi, and Dominique Harding. Central Hardin with Andy Kerr, Troy Squires, Cody Elmore, Dylan Glenn, and Alex Crowder. Harris with the basketball, down in the corner. Crowder tried to go for the steal, knocked it away, so E-Town will reset the offense. District opener for both teams. The inbounds comes into McDonald.
Both teams have shown some depth here early in the season, Lee. Guys off the bench have come in and pretty much held the fort for both sides. Been productive play off the pine tonight.
Harris was the halftime leading scorer for E-Town with 8. McDonald with the basketball, now Cotton with it. Elizabethtown more deliberate in the set. McDonald squares, 3-pointer, too strong. Race for the rebound, pulled down by Crowder, caught in the double team. Fights his way through, will get a travel call against Crowder.
Yeah, He's trying to draw a foul by stepping through. He stepped through with the 1 foot. Looked like he kept the pivot foot and got the dribble down. Referee decides otherwise.
McDonald will inbound the basketball. They lob it to Nishgawi, who puts it up and in. First lead of the night for Elizabethtown.
Yeah, we talked about it early, Lee. If you keep going in there, eventually those big guys are going to stick something in the basket.
11 for Nishgawi to lead all scorers. Elizabethtown now up 39-37. Cotton tried to go for the steal. Crowder drives for the tie. Too strong. Harding rebound. Ball knocked away. Foul Elizabethtown.
See how Central reacts right here. First time they've trailed in the ball game, but they remain aggressive on the offensive end.
Foul is going to be on Neshgawi. That'll be his third. Quick update on the fouls. McDonald, Cotton, Patterson, Neshgawi, and Harding all with 3. Across the way for Central Hardin, Squires, Crowder, and Gordon with 3. McCullough has 4.
Saying that foul is on the ground right here, so they're going to take it out under the basket.
Elmore inbound. Squires bluffs the 3, now drives, dishes it out. Kerr will try the three-pointer and drain it.
What's a great diagonal pass by Troy Squires. He sets that up and gets Kerr all day to take his time and get his feet set and line up the 3.
Central regains the lead at 40-39. 6:40 left to go in this one.
Yeah, Kerr has to finish that play by making the shot, but Squires is the one that puts him in great position.
Harris with the basketball, kicks it back out front. Now McDonald to Cotton. He'll square up for a three-pointer. That's an air ball. Harris tries to rebound it. Ball knocked away by Elmore.
McDonald and Cotton take a couple of ill-conceived threes here in the last few possessions, and I'm not sure that's really E-Town's game. Where they've been getting everything done, Lee? Right around the basket.
Going especially to Nishgawi. Inbounds and intercepted. Throws the ball off the leg. And it'll be with Elizabethtown.
Pointed the wrong way. About to get everybody fired up here.
About to get people fired up. Call me when they get fired up if you could.
Hey, he says blue and points the wrong way, and here comes the crowd up right behind him.
As if they didn't need to be fired up as it is. Crowder bluffs the 3, now drives the baseline, tries to throw it off of an E-Town player, and successful, and Central will reset the offense.
Fortunate right there. Got in the air, nowhere to go. Able to keep possession.
E-Town took the lead briefly at 39-37. Kerr's three-pointer has pushed it back out. Squires trying to extend the lead. Three-pointer is short. Rebound, though, down to Central Hardin. Here's Squires, kicks it out. Kerr bluffs the 3, steps inside. Short jumper. High archer goes through.
What about young Kerr coming up big right there, Lee? 5 points real quick.
Here in the fourth quarter, and it pushes the lead back out to 3 for Central Hardin.
Andy Kerr.
Harris tries to rescue it as the ball picked up by Squires.
McDonald should have gone and touched that and let it be a turnover and let his defense set.
Follow-away jumper is no good. Put back, up and in by Crowder.
Any timeout down this end, I'm thinking.
Well,
Coach Harry, yeah, he's going to get it right here.
A timeout, so a 7-0 run by Central.
Momentum swung. They got a 2-point lead, you know. They thought they had momentum, but Central, I tell you what, they reacted well to losing the lead for the first time all night.
Of course, the big plays there by Kerr with a three-pointer to give them back the lead.
One of the littler guys on the floor, a 5'8" senior, Andy Kerr right there, knocks down a big three-pointer off a great diagonal pass from Troy Squires. Give Troy all the credit. You know, I've mentioned that 3 times, but he, as a shooter, you love it when your teammate draws everybody and gives you plenty of time to set your feet and get ready. Kerr also makes a nice little runner, used the ball fake, got himself the left-hand wing, and made a little 12-footer. 5 points really quick.
All points here in the fourth quarter for Andy Kerr. And huge points as they have helped Central regain the lead at 44-39. After this game for Central Hardin, they go right back into the fire as they will host John Hardin on Tuesday night for Elizabethtown. After this game, they will turn around with a game against Grayson County here at Charlie Rawlings Gymnasium, the same team that Central Hardin beat on a three-pointer the other night. Reminder, we'll have more high school basketball action for you next week on Channel 1 at HCEC-TV. We'll start the week with a matchup between the Central Hardin Lady Bruins and the John Hardin Lady Bulldogs. That'll be on Monday night. Three-point attempt, line drive, looks short even when it left his hands. And the rebound.
Yeah. Really, really flat out of his hand.
Barnes will lay it up high off the glass and get the roll.
Boy, I thought he missed that. It looked really hard when it hit the backboard, but he gets a nice, kind, soft roll in.
9-0 run now by Central. And E-Town, though, will draw the foul. That is Squires' fourth foul. And now the foul situation again. McCullough with 4, Squires with 4. E-Town basketball trailing by 7. As Cody Elmore will check into the ball game for Central Hardin. Squires will have a seat with 5:01 left in regulation. McDonald gets the ball to Patterson on the inbounds. They lob it to Nishdawi. Kicks it back out front. Cotton will try a three-pointer that is no good. Rebound fought for. Race controlled by Harding. And the ball knocked out of his hands. It'll stay with Elizabethtown.
Yeah, the game plan surprises me for E-Town here. They pulled up 3 3-pointers probably in their last 6 or 7 possessions, and having so much success downside with Najdawi, I think you've got to try to rotate the ball, move the ball, and look for him inside every opportunity. Cotton, he needs to touch the basketball.
Cotton with the basketball. McDonald back to Cotton. He'll try another three-pointer. This one off the mark. Harding able to control the rebound.
Different stories if the threes are going, but that's 4 misses in a row.
Harding lost the handle as the ball goes to the floor. We get a jump ball, and the alternating possession will favor Central Hardin,
who has built up a 7-point lead and now gains possession.
With 4:23 left to go in the ball game.
Play offense, defense with Squires again here.
He'll come into the ball game, replacing Barnes. Central basketball to bring the length of the floor.
Johnson, number 10, back in for Elizabethtown.
Central fell behind 39-37 to start the quarter, but has ripped off 9 unanswered. And now lead it by 7.
To Coach Wright, you got to like that reaction to losing the lead. Sometimes teams lose the lead and it's demoralizing for them, but Central reacted. They got to be pleased with the way they reacted.
Into the front court. Kerr, a big part of the run, gets the ball to Crowder. Crowder pulls up. We get a blocking call on Elizabethtown. That'll be on Patterson. That'll be his 4th.
I think it's either a no call or a block call. Once he blows the whistle, looked like Patterson was moving there.
Elmore inbounds, gets it to Kerr. Kicks it over. Now Crowder with it. Crowder. Glenn.
Oh, nice
give and go.
Nice.
And up and in by Kerr.
Yeah, Glenn with a good job of keeping his head up, and Kerr with an excellent, stuck his foot in the ground and made a great back cut.
The 11-0 run now by Central.
They've reestablished the biggest lead of the night, maybe. Well, they were right at 10 that one time, right?
McDonald down the other end, can't convert. Nishdawi back up off the glass and can't get the roll. Tipped out.
That's a big miss right there. That's a big miss.
At the other end, ball knocked away and a foul on Elizabethtown.
That is a huge miss. He got a couple looks down inside, right in the front of the rim. They're down 9. The ball comes out and goes the other way.
Foul's going to be on, would be Cotton, his 4th. So at the line, Andy Kerr, who's been a big story in this game. Free throw, no good.
Andy's dad, Scott Kerr, was a heady point guard for Bo O'Brien down at East Hardin back in the day.
And his son has stepped up in a big way here in the 4th quarter.
Been a major factor here in the 4th quarter.
7 points, misses the free throws though, and a foul on Central Hardin as Crowder tried to force the issue.
Crowder doesn't need to be in there on that one. All the foul trouble everybody's had all night, and he picks up a little cheap one on the back right there.
Team's 5th. Three and a half minutes left to go in this one. Central Hardin up 9 on Elizabethtown. McDonald with the basketball.
Central really trying to jam up the lane. Look at all the guys that have a foot in the lane defensively.
Cotton drives, can't convert. Rebound Central Hardin.
Another miss down inside.
Bruins have numbers. Squires kicks it out. Kerr, a 3 on the way. Got it!
Well, he's money in the fourth quarter, isn't he?
10 points here in the fourth. Central with their biggest lead of the night now at 12, 51-39.
Big run for Central Hardin. Lose the lead and then go 12-0.
Make it 14-0. As it was 39-37. Down to the other end, that breaks the run.
E-Town finally scores. Stops the run, but still down 10, 2:40 left.
McDonald, I believe, with the basket. And we get a whistle and a timeout, Central Hardin, with 2:36 remaining. As Coach J.C. Wright wants to lay out this next 2:36 with his team now up by 10 at 51-41.
A lot of time on the clock right here, Lee. You don't want to get soft in your attacking mode right here. You want to come back out of here aggressive and still try to score. I think you need a few more points to kind of get this thing put up there where E-Town can't get to you. You can't try to hold the ball. A lot of times that backfires on you. You don't want to do that too early.
Central Hardin's last win here at Charlie Rawlings Memorial Gymnasium got to go all the way back to 2008 when they defeated the Panthers 59-49.
This one right here, Lee, early season district game. But again, a momentum builder, a confidence builder for some teams that, E-Town's got a little bit of experience back. Harding, they've got more experience back actually than Central does. Harding, Cotton, McDonald, Nejdawi all played significant minutes last night, so they're a little bit more of a veteran squad, at least in varsity time. They'd love to defend the home court, but it's going to take a comeback to do it here tonight. Your Central Hardin, not a ton of varsity experience coming back. Big early district win on the road if they could hold on.
And a big performance tonight. Several players, Squires, Crowder, Kerr here in the fourth quarter, but also credit to the Central bench.
Yeah, don't leave Dylan Glenn out of that mix. On the point total, you're not going to see a ton, but you saw a couple great defensive plays. He had a nice steal and took 2 charges there in a short amount of time. Squires just fouled out.
And this could be huge with 2.5 minutes remaining.
You hate to lose one of your leaders. That's one of your captains that you take it out there. You hate for him to go to the bench with 2.5 to go. But that's the case for Central Hardin.
So Troy Squires' night has come to an end. 3 2-point baskets, a 3-pointer, went 1 of 2 from the line. But his night is done at 2:30 to go in the fourth quarter. And that Central bench will have to answer the call now.
And they have all night. Everybody that's been in the ball game has contributed in a positive fashion for both squads. You've seen guys on both teams, whether starters or bench players, do some positive things.
Inbounds for Elizabethtown. Under 2.5 minutes remaining. Patterson to McDonald. Steps inside, kicks it out front. Williams squares. 3-pointer, got it.
We got some kind of whistle down under the basket after the basket goes in.
So will the basket count is the question. The foul is going to be on Glenn.
3's good.
So the 3 is good by Williams.
That's going to be a 7th team foul, so we probably are going to get a 1-and-1 free throw chance for E-Town. We can figure out who got fouled here.
So Elizabethtown will shoot the bonus, and just like that, if they can knock down 2 free throws, suddenly it's a 4-point game.
Or make big play. This could be a 5-point play.
Back of that up, make it a 5-point game.
Yeah, but this could be a 5-point possession. A made 3 by Guy Williams off top of the key. Now you got McDonald at the line shooting 1 in the bonus.
Makes the free throw, 51-45.
How things change in a hurry around here.
They could slice the lead in half of Central Hardin if McDonald can knock down this free throw, and it all started with Squires fouling out of the ball game.
It's been a good long while. E-Town hadn't made a lot of threes tonight. It had been a while since they'd made one. That's a big step-up 3 by Guy Williams.
And McDonald knocks down the free throw, and just like that, it's a 5-point ball game.
Williams just a sophomore. That's pretty big to make that basket, and then the foul inside.
Kerr goes up and draws the foul.
Kerr continues to be heady, smart, productive here in the fourth quarter.
Foul is going to be on Nejdawi. That is his 4th. And now both teams will be shooting one in the bonus here. With 2:08 left to go, Kerr back to the line. Remember, he missed 2 free throws a moment ago. Steps up and makes this one.
That one looked good. Right down the center.
11 for Kerr here in the fourth quarter.
He's had a ball game all in the last 6 minutes.
14-0 run by Central after E-Town took the lead.
E-Town key 5-point possession just now.
But Kerr answers with back-to-back free throws. Back to a 7-point ball game. Headed to 2 minutes left in this one.
Ton of time with only a 7-point difference.
McDonald right down the lane, puts it up and in. McDonald now with his 13th point of the night. And Elizabethtown will take a full timeout with 2 minutes left to go in the ball game.
They're going to take a full timeout, gives them a chance to set the press. He also brought 3 guys off the bench, protect the guys with the fouls. He's going to put his defensive unit in there. They're going to try to deny real hard. I expect them to put some heavy pressure on this inbounds up here. 53
Central Hardin to 48 Elizabethtown. Bruins led by as many as 12 here in this quarter at 51-39. So actually, when you want to make that run, it's now a 9-2 run for Elizabethtown.
Kerr's 2 free throws, the only interference in Elizabethtown's run.
Central trailed only one time in this ball game after a basket by Nejdawi made it 39-37. That's when Central responded with a 14-0 run. Took the lead out to 12, but Elizabethtown fighting their way back in, chipping it down to a 5-point margin with still an eternity left in this ball game. 2 minutes to go.
Plenty of time at a 5-point spread ball game. A lot of possessions left in this one, Lee. Probably quite a few free throws left to be shot.
And remember, now Central Hardin having to go the last 2.5 minutes without Troy Squires.
One of their captains on the bench with 5 fouls.
Andy Kerr, though, has stepped up big here in this fourth quarter. Elmore ahead to Crowder. Now McCullough with it. 1:50 left. Elmore drives, kicks it in the corner. McCullough will try a 3-pointer. That's no good. McDonald with a rebound, and he went over the back to get it.
I do not like that shot if I'm Central Hardin. I'm Coach Wright. I'm going to talk to Tyler McCullough right there. Yeah, I liked him getting rid of the ball back out to the top of the key and find the guard. And they used a nice ball fake with the dribble drive. I'm not sure I want to pull the trigger on the 3 with the 5-point lead there.
But bailed out as Javon Cotton has fouled out of the ball game.
Yeah, Elmore got inside position on him there. Cotton tries to go just over the top, just jumps as high as he can, but he's on Elmore's back the whole way there.
So Javon Cotton's night is done.
The offensive group back in for E-Town. Nejdawi, Patterson, Guy Williams come back in to bring the ball this way.
Cody Elmore with the free throws upcoming. Elmore 0 of 1 from the line, has 5 points in the ball game. Makes the first free throw.
And Cotton just fouled out of the ball game, Lee, and he struggled the majority of the night. Nate Bryan just tells me he's 1 of 12 for the ball game as he fouls out.
Elmore's free throw makes it a 54-48 ball game. Missed this one, and Nejdawi comes down with a rebound.
E-Town's got to think they're fortunate right now to be within 6 with Cotton struggling that much from the field.
And
McDonald behind his back, and it creates. Yeah, that's his turnover right there.
And now a foul on McDonald in the backcourt.
Central really didn't create that. Now, they were in the right spot to pick up the ball, but McDonald trying to step around the guy behind the back, loses handle.
93 seconds left to go in this one. Central up 6, trying to close the deal.
They make these free throws right here. He made 2 last time up.
Kerr 2 of 4 from the line, 12 points all here in the fourth quarter. Make it 13.
Confidence is running sky high right now for this man.
Central looking to go to 3-1 on the season, going into a game back at Bruin Gymnasium next week against John Hardin.
Looking for the early district win on the road.
First would be the first win here at Charlie Rawlings since 2008. 7-point advantage, 1:25 left to go. The ball gets knocked away. McDonald throws it back out. Williams does a great job in the corner. Now turns, fires a 3 that is no good.
Looks like it had a chance.
Now Central Hardin
Central needs to calm down right here.
Trying to slow it down with 1:10 remaining. Kerr out to Elmore.
Realize time and situation right here.
Crowder with a
Nice
basketball.
job. They've got E-Town chasing right now. That was a very good job of keep the ball moving. When they're chasing with more than one guy, nobody's staying home on you. If you'll move the basketball, they can't catch up to it. If you stand and hold it, they're going to get to you and double team you.
Tristan Johnson will pick up his third foul, as it'll be Crowder heading to the free throw stripe. 2 of 2 on the night. Crowder with 12 points. With 1:02 remaining. Central trying to close the deal here.
You got to like the effort out of both squads tonight, Lee. Every time the ball's been loose, they're diving on it. The traps have been hard defensively. They've both been real aggressive. You see a lot of room for growth. I mean, it's still early December right now. I think turn of the year, both of these are going to continue to develop into real fine ball squads.
Second free throw miss.
Make some free throws, close the deal.
And now with a minute left, Elizabethtown down 3 possessions, needing threes in a hurry. Gets one of them right there, as Patterson knocks down the 3.
Patterson makes one about a step and a half behind the line. That's a long ball. A couple sophomores stepping up making threes. Guy Williams off top of the key previously. Right there, Zach Patterson off the right-hand wing.
And with 52 seconds, the door still open for Elizabethtown. Maybe just a crack.
Yep, May three-pointer right there cuts it to 4. They'll sub. They'll go up to the heavy pressure defense right here again, try to create a turnover. Again, if you don't get the turnover pretty quick, maybe give yourself an inbounds pass and one more pass. If you don't get it, you go to the foul there. You put them back on the line where they've struggled all night long. I mean, a little bit better down the stretch, but free throws, 50-50 proposition most of the night. Got to put them on the line and keep the clock, a lot of clock, as much as possible left if you're E-Town.
55-51 is the score. We're at Charlie Rawlings Gymnasium on the campus of Elizabethtown High School. Along with Hugh O'Brien, this is Lee Bramlett. Central Hardin has led nearly all the way in this one. They only trailed early in the fourth quarter at 39-37, but then roared off on a 14-0 run, in part fueled by Andy Kerr, who has scored all of his 13 points here in the fourth quarter.
We done walked in here and found ourselves a real ball game tonight, Lee.
Elizabethtown trying to fight their way back after falling behind by as many as 12 here in the quarter. Full court pressure. And you got to start thinking about foul now.
You got to move the ball to open guy. Don't stand and hold.
McCullough, give and go to Barnes, puts it up and in, and draws the foul.
And we get an intentional foul call right here. I really didn't see that. I thought he caught some contact, but we're getting an intentional foul call.
And they're going to call the intentional foul on Tristan Johnson.
Said he intentionally shoved him. Must have been from the back if they're going to call it intentional. Has no play on the ball. Seems to be the call as the referee crosses both arms, comes over and makes the announcement of the foul. So the basket's good. Can they give him 2 free throws?
The discussion continues.
We can give him 1 free throw and maybe the ball off the intentional foul.
He gets the ball off the intentional foul.
I think he may only get 1 free throw because the basket's going to be good.
So Barnes will head to the line to try and complete the 3-point play.
I'm trying to figure out if we're shooting. I think he's just shooting 1.
Free throw is good. Barnes with his 5th point. Again, another player, all of his points coming in the fourth quarter.
Gonna let him shoot. It's not continuations, what he's telling Coach Wright. On the intentional foul, the basket is good because he's shooting the basketball. An intentional foul is not a continuation call according to the referee. He gets the 2 free throws, makes them both. Central gets the ball on the side.
Inbounds with 40 seconds remaining and a foul on Johnson, and I believe that should be the end of Tristan Johnson's night.
Yeah, they can't let any time run right here. Inside 40 seconds, down 8. If you don't get a steal immediately, you got to take a quick foul.
So Johnson will foul out with 39.4 seconds remaining, as Guy Williams will check back into the ball game. A reminder, next week we will have games for you here on Channel 1 at HCEC-TV. It'll be Monday night as the free throw is good. John Hardin will take on Central Hardin in girls basketball. Then we wrap up with a game Friday night up at John Hardin, as the free throw on the way is good by Crowder as he knocks down both free throws. Crowder now with 14 in the ball game, and Central Hardin has pushed it out to a 10-point edge.
JC's going to take a 30-second timeout. Brings Dylan Glenn back in the lineup right here. Wants to make sure everybody understands what he wants last 39 seconds. 10-point lead. Not totally safe with 40 seconds, but you're in the driver's seat.
As you see the sponsors making possible coverage of this game on Channel 1 and HCEC-TV. We want to thank those folks, and we'll do so as we are about to wrap up this game. Central Hardin answered the bell in a big way after falling behind early in the quarter. Central roared back using a 14-0 run and pushed the margin back out. And next Friday night should be a good one. North Hardin at John Hardin.
Some good games on the schedule upcoming.
3-point attempt by McDonald, back of the rim. Rebound comes down to Elizabethtown. Patterson can't get it to go. Will go back up, put it up and in, and draw the foul. And that may be one of the telling stories of the night for Elizabethtown. Had the looks inside, especially in the first half, just could not get those shots to fall.
Yeah, it needed a better percentage of those inside shots to go tonight, Lee. That's critical to the ball game. The fact that they didn't get off to a good start shooting the basketball.
Glenn picks up the foul, his third, as Patterson with 5 points now in the ball game heads to the line, trying to convert the three-point play and does. That'll make it a 61-54 score. Under 30 seconds left. Crowder being pressured and fouled by Patterson.
Patterson's trying to give the foul. The referee makes him do it about twice before he blows the whistle. Patterson right there wants the clock to stop.
And Patterson becomes the third Elizabethtown player to foul out of the ball game.
Yeah, you knew when we got to halftime, all the foul trouble for both squads, Lee, that we were going to hear that horn beep a few times before the end of the ball game.
And now Crowder will head to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Crowder with 14 points. 4 of 6 from the line. Steps up with first of 2 free throws. In the air, good. Central Hardin now just 24 seconds away from their first win at Charlie Rawlings since the 2008 season.
There you see Alex Crowder shooting the second free throw. Key cog in Coach Wright's team right here.
Misses the free throw. Makes it an 8-point game with 62-54. Williams with the basketball. He'll square up. Three-pointer on the way is going to be an air ball. Out of bounds. It'll go back to Central Hardin.
We got a foul over there, and Dowie drug somebody out of bounds.
So they'll make the walk down the floor as Nejdawi now fouls out of the ball game. He leaves with 11 points. 14.6 seconds to go. So it will be Cody Elmore heading to the free throw stripe. Elmore, 1 of 3 from the line on the night. He has 6 points in the ball game. But you touched on it earlier, Hugh. A lot of it, not a lot of inexperience because we saw Squires, Crowder, Elmore, McCullough last year. But again, this is a team losing a lot of their offense from a year ago.
Squires and Crowder, yeah, and then those two, you saw Coach Wright take them to the center circle pregame because those are his 2 captains. And that's what you do. You make your guys that have the experience your captains, and you hope that they can lead the guys moving into the varsity level, and they've done a great job of it here tonight.
A late basket.
McCullough won't shoot it. That's a nice gesture right there. Very professional kind of deal right there. You don't shoot the ball because you got the game in hand with a couple seconds left.
Final score will be 63-56. Central Hardin has come into Elizabethtown and picked up the win.
Go to 1-0 in the district. Early season lead in the district race.
And build some momentum for their game next week against John Hardin.
It'll be an interesting matchup as John's off to a nice start early season also.
Central Hardin, as we mentioned, trailed only 1 point in this ball game. That was at 39-37, led by as many as 12 at 51-39 as they responded with a 14-0 run to take command of this ball game, then hit some free throws down the stretch to pull away for the win. Final scoring in the ball game will be Troy Squires finishing the night with 10 points. Alex Crowder will end the night with 15. You get 7 in the ball game to Cody Elmore, 4 points in the ball game to Tyler McCullough, 1 point in the ball game to Matt Whitehouse coming off the bench. Jacob Barnes finishes the night with 6 points, 7 in the ball game to Dylan Glenn, and finishing the night, the scoring for the Bruins Andy Kerr as he finishes with 13 points, but all of them in the fourth quarter.
Kerr was huge down the stretch right there, Lee. A huge fourth quarter, key for Central Hardin picking up this win.
Final scoring in the game for Elizabethtown looks like this. Nick McDonald will finish the night with 13 points. Javon Cotton with 3. Jackson Gillick 2. Zach Patterson 6. It is Shane Nishawi with 11. Dominique Harding finishes the night with 4 points. 4 points in the ball game to 2 points rather, to Tristan Johnson. 3 points to Guy Williams. 8 points to Trey Harris. And that rounds out the scoring for the Elizabethtown Panthers. 63-56 is the final score. Hugh O'Brien, final thoughts.
A good win for Central Hardin. I thought the switch JC made on the defensive end, they tried to play man-to-man the whole first quarter, and the big guys just kept getting shots downside. He was fortunate they didn't make a lot of those shots, but he went to the 2-3, and they pretty much were 2-3 and played zone the rest of the night. I thought defensively that was a great adjustment. I think a big key to the win. Now, his guys stepped up and did some good things, but I think the defensive switch was a nice move early on that swung the game in his favor.
Thanks to the sponsors making possible coverage of high school sports on Channel 1 and HCEC-TV. That being Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, E-Town Exterminating, Bluegrass Cellular, ETownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction, and by West Point Bank. For Hugh O'Brien and the rest of our HCEC-TV crew, Lee Bramlett saying so long from Elizabethtown High School.
This is a Hardin County educational and community television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs.
There are certain things that we are glad are only found halfway across the world, like lions, sandstorms, and volcanoes. Customer service, though, it's nice to have that close to home. Brandenburg Telephone Company and Brandenburg Telecom. We connect you to the world, all at the speed of local. You're local. We figure we should be local, too.
At Physical Therapy Associates, we treat a wide variety of injuries and disorders. Our specialties include orthopedics, back and neck pain, pre- and post-operative rehabilitation, sports medicine, work-related injuries, motor vehicle injuries, and diabetic neuropathy treatment. We also use kinesiotaping techniques and are a certified A-STEM provider. PTA is locally owned and operated by Guy Wallace with offices in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Hodgenville, Bardstown, and South Louisville. You can also visit our website at physicaltherapyky.com. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results.
At West Point Bank, we're proud to serve the community that you call home because we call it home too. We strive to provide excellent customer service, competitive products, and contribute to our community.
We are honored to contribute to Hardin County Schools and support its students because they are the future of our community. To our high school sports teams, good luck and best wishes for a successful season.
Hardin County, join us in supporting our students. We wish them the greatest success.
Imagine luxury living, great prices, and a convenient location. Are you thinking that no rental property can meet all those needs? I'm Karen Harris, and you can find all those qualities and more at etownapartments.com. We are family owned and operated with over 30 years combined experience. We offer luxury townhomes, apartments, duplexes, and single-family homes that are just minutes away from your workplace, school, shopping, and Fort Knox. You'll save gas, time, and money by taking a virtual tour at etownapartments.com. Or you can call me today to schedule your tour at 270-268-RENT.
There's a place that feels more connected, where life is more agreeable, more reliable, and more delightful every day. where there's a blissful feeling of satisfaction with your wireless phone, your plan, and most of all, your service. It's the state of Blueforia, and you can only get there by way of Bluegrass Cellular. Welcome to Blueforia.
E-Town Exterminating, 737-6900. Also online at mugabug.com. On behalf of HCEC-TV, we would like to thank all of our sponsors.